In my life, I always talk about the bus. You're actually at the bus stop and you're wondering what bus to get on. And then once you get on the bus, where do you sit on the bus? And sometimes your seats change in life. And I've been on plenty of buses and I've changed my seats and I've gotten off the bus. I grew up in the Catholic Church, so I really didn't go to Sunday school classes or vacation Bible school. It was all very foreign. I just kind of came to Myers Park Presbyterian. I think I just sat in the early morning service and thought that that's what I was supposed to do. My wife and I were wondering, how do we get involved more? She met Enrique, and she came back home. She's like, I met Enrique, and he speaks Spanish, and you speak Spanish, and maybe you should go to the El Salvador mission trip. And I'm like, what? It wasn't spiritual for me at that point. I think it was just saying, yes, I'll go. And it looked great, and I wanted to serve, and I wanted to kind of get my hands dirty, and I wanted to be around youth, and I thought, that I could help out, and I spoke the language, and that would be great. But by no means was I thinking, that I was leading these young people into the country of El Salvador as a spiritual leader. With your experiences that you get, and there are only so many that you get in this life, sometimes you put people in a box right away, or you filter certain things that you hear or see. In that trip, we got to throw away our boxes and our filters, and we just got to know people for who they are. Some of the greatest things we did were we sat down and we just filled each other's cup up, and we said, let's give some shout outs on the day, when we were on the work site, and it just blew you away. Some of the authentic and honest responses from these young people. It was awesome. I think every husband would say that their wife's phenomenal. I'm no different, I think. And she has just been a person that's just kind of grounded me in my life. Tithe was a big one. What I knew was kind of what you put in the plate or what you put in an envelope, and you kind of moved on. And where she was at that time, that she felt like she had to give according to what the Bible was asking and saying. And it didn't exactly speak to me that way. And so I kind of went along for the ride. She's really pushed me to be kind of by her side, if not in front of her, in the spiritual part of our relationship. She's a rock. She's a rock, and she's awesome. Our families have been blessed in so many ways. The health of our children, housing, occupation, relationships, our own personal relationship, finances. I really don't think that's chance. My son attends the weekday school at Myers Park Pres, as does my daughter. She just started not too long ago. I was picking him up in the day school, and we were walking out the door, and he pointed to the doors to go to the sanctuary, so we walked through. He just points to the front of the church, and he just goes, Jesus. And I swear I almost broke down like a baby. I think at this point in my life, I want to get on the bus to be a good, faithful husband, a good father. I want to be a great friend, and I want to be a great mentor to young people and have phenomenal relationships. Sometimes, at least sitting in the church and hearing, certain requests and calls to get involved. We're not coming in with our resumes of faith and trying to, apply for a certain job here or there or be super qualified. It's just getting on the bus and going for the ride, and God will take care of the rest.